Everyone tells you that you need to have a niche for your accounting firm. The problem is nobody is telling you how to choose a niche, or more importantly, how to choose the right niche for your firm. And so most of you are left in kind of generalist land because you don't want to take the step if it's going to be the wrong direction. I have a niche business. We do marketing for accounting firms, but we weren't always a niche business. I used to just be a generalist marketing firm. And I will say 100% that choosing a niche has been the biggest factor in the growth of our company over the last couple of years. I'm just personally a big believer in this. There are so many benefits to having a niche. One of them is marketing is easier and more effective when you have a niche. I guess that's a little bit self-serving. I wish more of my clients would have niches. It would make my job a lot easier. But also, it's easier to develop efficient and repeatable processes when you work with the same types of clients over and over again. And you can train your team to take over the work that you were previously doing. They can become an expert in one niche instead of having to be a general expert in business for your clients. And last thing, an underrated aspect that's great about having a niche is when you know who your ideal clients are and your niche, you can refer the wrong fit clients to your friends and peers. And so it's a great way to help develop closer relationships with those in your industry who are your peers but don't serve the same clients that you do. This is sort of repeating what you already know. You should choose a niche, but how do you do it? So we're putting together a course. I'm excited to bring in a friend of mine, Todd Howard, who has created something called the Niche Framework. I've gone through the course that he's created for my own business. As I was going through it, I realized this is perfect for the accounting firms that I tend to work with, who also could really benefit from having a niche. So Todd and I are putting together this course. Todd will be leading the majority of the discussions, and I'll be bringing some additional insights from my experience working with accounting firms and understanding the accounting industry. It's called the Find Your Niche Workshop. It's a 2-week course where we're going to work with a small cohort of accounting firm owners to walk through a 5-step process to help them find or validate their niche. We're going to meet 5 times, 75 minutes each over the course of 2 weeks. The cadence is Monday, Thursday, Monday, Thursday, Monday, starting on February 19th. And at the end of that process, you will have a clear idea of what your niche is or what it should be. And that's going to set you up to start being able to implement the things that will turn your generalist business into a niche business. Now, I know it's busy season. This course does require time. So we're estimating it's going to be 10 to 15 hours at least of your time over the course of those 2 weeks of the workshop. Some of that time will be on the workshop live Zoom calls where we'll be working together and collaboratively on your niche. And some of that will be homework that you'll have to do outside of those calls. Now, one thing I'll say is there are a lot of firms that like the idea of niching, but don't really believe that they could ever niche and address a single industry or target market. Well, the good news is a niche is not a market. And that's one of the first things that we're going to talk about in this course. So if you have been thinking, I like the idea, but I don't see how it could work for you, this course is a great way to investigate that and see if there's a way that you can develop a unique approach, which turns into a niche that's going to really help you and benefit you in your firm. So reserve your spot below. We're charging $2,500 for the workshop, and we're limiting the registration to just 8 firm owners at this time. So once you register, we're going to send you some details about the workshop as well as a pre-workshop survey so we can get to know you and your firm a little bit. And then we'll send you an invoice to pay your fee. I'm really excited about this workshop. I have worked personally with Todd, who's developed the content for this course. I've worked with him to develop a niche for one of my businesses. So I just know how good the content of it is. I know that this is going to be really beneficial. It could be a real game changer for the firms that go through this process and figure out what their niche is. So if you're finally ready to take the leap or at least take the next step into choosing a niche, I think this is a really great way to do it. The reality is niching your business is a long and slow process, but this is the first step. You have to figure out where are you going, and you have to have confidence that you're going in the right direction before you start making any changes. So I hope to see you at the workshop, and again, register below.